Since being anointed chair and general secretary, Xi Jinping has intensified efforts to control the public, the party, the economy, and state institutions within China. And in the face of slowing economic growth, rather than make needed structural changes to the economic model, the CCP has tightened its control over its economy and doubled down on export-led growth, raising global concerns about a China shock 2.0. China is also throwing resources behind developing advanced technology in a bid to dominate future technologies and increase external dependence on China, while also reducing its dependency on the United States and allied technologies, while seeking to improve its military capabilities. China has expanded investment and is accelerating efforts in multiple areas, including semiconductors, AI, quantum technologies, and biotechnology. Thus, our report offers recommendations in a lot of key policy areas in accordance with these developments, including how to enhance export controls on information and communications technology, outbound investment reviews, and coordination of strategy with partners. We are, of course, in the midst of political transition in the Congress and in the administration, and it is our hope that our bipartisan effort can help inform the discussions as we go forward and give Congress some guidance and advice on how to address this ongoing challenge from the People's Republic of China and the Chinese Communist Party.
This year's annual report details China's efforts to assert itself internationally while strengthening its own capabilities and readiness for competition or conflict with the United States and allies. In 2024, China continued its campaign to build international influence by claiming to be the country most able to bring about a fair and equitable global order. Yet behind China's self-declared quest for quote-unquote globalization and multipolarization, it is a desire to ensure its own dominance. The leadership in Beijing is prepared to leverage persuasion, manipulation, and coercion in order to advance its own agenda. And, make no mistake, its agenda is not about combating injustice or improving lives in what China's leaders now call the Global South. Xi's agenda is about control and opportunity for the Chinese Communist Party. China's willingness to use coercion is most visible in the Indo-Pacific, where the People's Liberation Army and China Coast Guard are using escalation tactics against Taiwan, the Philippines, Japan, and others to assert China's interests through intimidation. Specifically, this year the China Coast Guard resorted to violence against Philippine personnel operating within their country's own exclusive economic zone. In 2024, China tried to influence Taiwan's democratic elections, and PLA aircraft have already violated Taiwan's air defense identification zone over 2,300 times, the highest number on record, and more than 100 times the number of such flights recorded in 2019. China also launched its first intercontinental ballistic missile test into the South Pacific in more than 40 years. At the same time, China continues to tighten political control within its own borders. The CCP is intensifying political discipline within the party and enforcing whole-of-society adherence to an ever-expanding vision of national security. In Hong Kong, Beijing continues to deepen an environment of self-censorship, uncertainty, and fear through enforcement of the national security law and this year's Article 23 ordinance. Residents and businesses in Hong Kong can no longer trust that their freedoms and rights will be upheld by the city's legal system or law enforcement. In fact, today's sentencing of 45 pro-democracy leaders clearly emphasizes this point.